Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Hometown Hero. We're into January now, we've got 2 games for you today, and finally I take a look at the squad depth and sort of stats of how our players are doing as we near January. Hope you enjoy. Also, I will note that the games were recorded before I've done the intro and the squad depth bit, so I do change clothes. Just don't get freaked out by that. I don't just randomly change clothes midday. That is because they were done a couple of days ago. Hey guys, welcome back. We've played a grand total of 1 game since you were last here. That against Royston, we won 1-0. Danny Clifton scored the goal. Now, usually I wouldn't do 2 games, wouldn't do the games so close together, but these next 2 games are against Hanley and Histon. They're 3rd and 1st in the league, respectively. So I thought it would be really interesting to see how we fare against some of the top of the league teams. Northwood were 2nd or 3rd when we played them, and we beat them 1-0. It's away to Hanwell, home to Histon, so hopefully that home game gives us a bit of an advantage. So this is the team we're playing, same as normal. Smith at the back, Stamp, Sharp, Roberts, King in defence, Murphin, Hood and Muscat in the midfield, McAllister in the AM. Delicious Bacon is now playing up top with Clifton. Royley's having a bit of a struggle. Although saying that, Bacon's actually quite tired and Royley's actually not, so never mind. They're going back to normal. Fleet are a good side, and I think they have enough quality to see off the challenge of Hanwell. Yeah, Hanwell are 3rd, tied for 2nd. We're 8th, but like I said, we've played 5 games less than everybody else, pretty much. So we've lost considerably less than everybody else, so let's see how this goes. We're favourites, so I'm going to go passionate for this one. Oh, no, that's not great. Uh-oh. I've stressed out. Who have I stressed out? Oh, I've stressed out James Sharp. That's not great. Alright, let's get into the game. Clifton with the kickoff. Oh, we're going long straight away and it's gone nowhere really. See, I do have a 4-4-2 that I was thinking of using in these good... Oh, McNulty grabs it. In these big ties where against the top of the division teams because I didn't think I'd be that good. But the 4-3-1-2 is just so powerful that it's unneeded. So we've got Checkits on the left. Have they got their names on the back of their shirts as well? Why is everybody else so posh? Man, Reeve dances past our midfield player there. I wasn't even... Didn't really see who it was. Actually, do we? Oh, man, we do. Never mind. Scrap that. We have them on the back too. I didn't see that. Right, it's back out here with Checkits on the left. Inside to Emmett. Oh, he's got down the left too easy. That's a first-time cross to the back post, and Stamp gets rid of it. They're pressing, though. Murphin over Cox. Gets it back in. Reeve, and we're 1-0 down. That was a great cross from Cox on the right-hand side. And we're 1-0 down. This is not a great start for us. Look at this. It comes out to the right-hand side. First time as well, just into Reeve, who I think was being kept on by King, but what are we going to do, really? We're 1-0 down. We haven't had a shot yet. Smith's got it here as well. I'm going to close him down as well. Long kick up to Clifton. Wins the header. Lee's miles away, though. He's never going to get anywhere near that. Oh, he does. Lee gets on it. Can he finish it? He's put it wide. Oh, that's our chance. He needs to finish that one. Does that count as a... It is a clear-cut chance as well. He needs to finish that one. Okay, King's got the throw-in on the right. Into Hood. Plays it longer than I want, really. That was... They've now got it again. Williams. Up to Reeve. Up to Whittingham. Plays it out to Cox. He's punishing us already. It's not a great tackle. Oh, it's come off the post. Smith caught out. Williams and King gets rid of the ball. Williams got caught out there. We're in pretty major trouble here. We haven't had a shot on target yet. 44 minutes in. This is not good. I'm going to be getting assertive with these bitches at half time. Assertively. See, they need... Fine. You weren't that bad. I should have got aggressive. That wasn't good enough, thinking about it. I mean, it was pretty shit. That's a bit of a Nazi salute down there. "57 minutes in and nothing is going on." They've changed to a 4-4-2. I'm going to bring on Malambo. And neither of them are playing very well. I'm going to bring on both of them, actually. Neither of my strikers were playing very well, so let's have a full change around, see if one of these guys can win something. Cox has got it on the right-hand side again. Plays it down the line to Hellsdown, who ricochets it off Murphy, and we come away with the ball. Plays it inside to Hood. See, that's a stupid pass. We just give it straight away again. Hall has got it in the midfield. Out to Hellsdown. Out to Whittingham on the right-hand side. That's a good cross as well. Smith claims it, though. Comfortable for the young goalkeeper. But he goes for the long throw. McAllister gets it, and he actually gets it out to Malambo. We have a chance to break forward here. Where are we going with it? Back to King. What can King do with it? King goes long. And they've actually got it back. Williams has got it. This is all one highlight, isn't it? Williams crosses field to Whittingham, who dances around Stamp. Goes in for the... We've got two players going in for the tackle now. It's 2-0. We're 2-0 down. All because Stamp goes for a tackle that he doesn't need to make. Hellsdown, there you go. Stamp needs to win that tackle or not. And then we get two players drawn into the ball. Whittingham gets the cross in. And there's Hellsdown just to volley it home. This is disappointing. I'm not as confident about... Let's take off King as well. We've got Chandler on the bench. He hasn't played very much, so he's not doing very well. But how is that injured player got 93 condition? How is that even a thing? Yeah, Duffy gets rid of it again. The Sharp going to keep it on, just about. He plays it into Hood. Plays it up to Murphy. Up to Malambo. He plays it to Muscat. We're getting forward here a little bit. He's up to McAllister. Where can McAllister go with it? He's back to Hood. Out to Stamp, who's got a little bit of space. Comes into Murphy. Into Hood. We've got the short little passes going on. We're working it. Muscat plays it to Malambo. Goes for the long shot. It's miles wide. I mean, that's not even close. And that's the end of the game. We've lost 2-0. That's disastrous. Aggressive. This is unacceptable. I don't even care if Matt Murphy felt like he had a good game. Alright, so we're back and ready for game 2. That was a disappointing first game against Hanley. I've already forgotten who we played. Hanley. We're now against Histon. This one's at home, so I'm hoping for better. We're sticking with the same team because we don't really have much in terms of quality that can replace them, and also because I believe in these guys. So we're going to stick with these and see if we can prevail. I like this Histon side and believe they should be able to secure a win against Fleet today. So we're not favoured by the media this time. We've dropped all the way down to 8th. Goal difference of 14 though for this sort of area is not bad. Right. Let's get into this. That's all done. Give overall team talk. Nobody expects us to get a result. Oh, actually, yeah, assertively. I expect to see a much better performance. Yeah, a few of them like that. That's okay. And then I have faith everybody else. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see how we do here. It's raining as well. Surprised the game didn't get called off. I've had about 1 million games called off so far, which is why my schedule is now getting so packed. So we got kickoff. Are we going to get anything? Long ball up. Actually, McAllister gets it. Lee has that. Can we play that over? Oh, cheeky back heel. He's getting good at those. Muscat's got it. Are we actually going to get a highlight from kickoff? McAllister back to Muscat. And it fades away. No, we didn't get anything. I thought maybe we might, but Roberts goes long to McAllister, who leaves the ball behind. Plays it up to Muscat, who plays it in. Lee is there. He wins the ball. But McAllister's actually broken in and he's got it and he's put it wide. That's another one. He has to score that. We're going to get punished here now. Beasley. Cox plays it over. That looks awfully like offside to me, but Smith claimed it anyway. He goes long and it fades away. I can't believe we didn't hit the target. Right, it's a goal kick for Smith. We're only in the 10th minute. Clifton actually wins it. He sort of stumbles a bit, but he actually comes out with the ball. It's out here on the left with Stamp. There's the long ball to Lee. He's actually going to get on that as well. What can we do with it up here? He's going to get round the player. He drives it in. There's McAllister. We're 1-0 up. McAllister gets the goal. Lee with a great run down the channel. The great cross in. McAllister's there to pounce. Playing that AM role, he gets very far forward. So he's actually, look at that. He's in front of the other attacker. He pops it in. We're 1-0 up against the league leaders. And we've got a corner here. We're only 12 minutes in. Can we bury this one as well? Sharp. Oh, the back post. I thought he might get there. Lee's actually out here on the edge. He plays it out to King. Can we get the cross in? Plays it out to Roberts. No, I don't want Roberts to have it. Plays it back to King. Dips it into Stamp. Back to Hood. We need to... Man, we've just been crowded out. Hood's having to go the wrong way. Up to Stamp. There's space down the left again. Can he play it in? He can. We've got Murphin, but Murphin had turned back and doesn't have the skill to exploit that space. Up to Clifton, who bursts into the box and he gets the shot off. It's off the bar. Does Murphin get there? No, it's away. We've hit the woodwork. We've scored, missed a clear-cut chance, and hit the woodwork. This is unbelievable. Right, now they've got a free kick. This is a dangerous free kick. It's played in. It's away, just. It looked like it came off the arm, but it's away. Lee has got it into... What a save! What an absolute save that was from Smith. I think he pushes that onto the bar, and it's cleared by Sharp out for a corner. But that's an otherworldly. I was actually stunned. I thought it was going to go in, so I was just watching in horror. But that turned out to be an otherworldly save. McAllister's going long. Cooper gets to it instead. Hood up to McAllister again. Down to Clifton. Takes control of it and it fades away. This is a 31 minutes. This is action-packed, this game. Hood's got it. Up to Muscat. King. To Muscat again. There's a long ball. Lee might actually get on that. That's a bad header back from Connor. Lee breaks into the box. And he scores. 2-0. A terrible header back from Connor. Put Lee in. The ball from King wasn't making it anywhere near. But the terrible pass back from Connor. And we're 2-0 up. Look at this. That is just weak. Just cushions that into the path of Lee, who brings it in, takes one touch, side foots it past the keeper, claps his way back to the halfway line. That's a good goal for Lee. Alright, so we're 2-0 up against the league leaders now. That's a great tackle by King as well. Can we even... We'll get it into McAllister. Where can we go from here? We're going long again. Can Lee make it onto another one? He is actually going to make it onto another one. If we got 3-0, he takes it one step wide and he buries it. He goes near post. Keeper probably should have done better. Roy Lee's got his 15th goal of the season. 32 minutes. We're 3-0 up. Roy Lee has 2 of them. Let's watch this again. Just a long ball over the top. Lee takes it. One touch to take it out of his feet. Goes a bit wide, I feel. But he's able to cut it back into the near post. Keeper's not able to do anything with it. We're winning. We are comfortably beating the top of the league. This is so bizarre. John Short isn't a... Yep, let's close him down then. It's only 3-0 up at half time against the league leaders. After a game like the game against Hanley, that was an incredible first half. Right, Short's got it on the left here. All we need to do now is just not cock it up. Roberts with a great header away. McAllister actually knocks that on as well. He's a goal away from his 3rd hat-trick of the season as well. He's staying on. I'm going to see if I can get him that. Sharp plays it back to Smith. That was a bit of a heavy kick. I always get worried, man. Clifton with the header onto McAllister. There's space for Lee. What can he do with it? Can he take it? No, he's slowed down. He's gonna bring in other players. Murphin's now got it on the edge from Muscat. He goes back to Hood. Back up to Muscat. Look at their crowd in the middle of the pitch here. We're going out to Stamp. Plays it first time into Murphy. Plays it back to Hood. Look at us just pinging this around. Can we find an opening? We do get it into Clifton. Is he going to cross it? He's got to go across. Oh, no, he goes into the goal himself. 4-0 up. Clifton gets off the strut. Look at that strut. I've mentioned this before, but look at that. It's just beautiful. He takes this in. I thought maybe he might just try and lay that across, but I think he's taken it too close by the time he has the chance. And there he goes, strutting back to the halfway line. Somehow we are 4-0 up. Roy Lee, 2 goals and assist. Clifton a goal. Goal and assist from McAllister and an assist from Muscat. I don't even know where this performance has come from, man. We just watched us lose 2-0 quite pathetically to Hanley. And then we spanked a team that is comfortably top of the league. Bizarre. Is it going to finish 4-0 here as well? We might get one more chance. Nope, it's taken away. York is going. Can we keep the clean sheet at least, please? Foy to Lee to Short. Crossfield ball to Bexfield. Yes, there it is. 4-0. And look at those Fleet fans there. There's probably, 90 people in that crowd. Passionate. That was really special, lads. They all love that. So, here we are. We are 30th of December, right, very near the beginning of January. Here is our team information page as we head into January. So, we've got a little bit of information here. The first thing I'll point out is that our media prediction was 19th, which is something like right near the bottom of the league. Let's see, does it usually click in that? There we go. So 19th. So we were expected, our media prediction was 19th, which means that we were expected to be just above the relegation spots. We're actually currently in 5th. So, and we've still got those games in hand. So we're performing well above where the media predicted us to do. So let's take a quick look at some of our stats, a little bit of our strengths and weaknesses, and go from there. So we're a semi-professional club formed in 1890. Poor youth and training facilities. We're going to try and work on that, but obviously we need to try and bring in some money first. So our player stats as we head into January. Our top goal scorer is Roy Lee with 15 goals on the year. He's looking pretty decent. 7 goals in 13 starts in the league. So 1 every 2, just about, with 5 sub appearances as well. Also picks up 3 assists. So he's in goal. He's involved in 10 goals directly, which isn't bad at all. His rating, not great, but he has got 15 in 32 appearances in total. Our assists, Wade Muscat and Matt Murphin. And Matt Murphin is also our highest averaging player. But Wade Muscat and Matt Murphin with 9 assists each is, 18 assists between 2 players on the 30th of December is just a really solid return anyway. Let's take a look at the 2 players. So we've got Muscat here. As we can see, passing of 12. So he's really good technically in terms of his first touch and his passing. He's kind of average everywhere else. Stamina of 7, concentration 4, decision 7, determination 6, positioning 4, teamwork 5, work rate 10. So he does sort of work for the team, but he's got a tackling and a heading of 2 and 1 respectively. So he's not, he's not defensively sound. Our tackling just in a team sense in general isn't great, but he's got 6 assists in the league, 1 goal in 17 appearances with an average rating of 7.17. He's starting really well, but the absolute star of our team is Matt Murphin here. 11 passing, 7 marking, 6 tackling, 13 technique, 12 decisions, 7 teamwork, 10 work rate, so he works just as hard. An average over the last 5 games of 7.38, and on the season in the league, he's 7.14. This guy is just a little wizard, to be honest. Look at, he's 5'3". He's like a child running around out there. He's 20 years old, 5'3", just sits in that midfield and just sprays balls out everywhere. He's got, in the league, he's not quite as good as Muscat. He's only got 1 goal and 3 assists. But in the FA Trophy, he's picked up 2 goals, 5 assists. So that puts him on 9 for the season. And 8 goals as well, because he's picking up goals all over the place in all the cups. But he is just, in fact, I may even, What could we call him? I'm going to think about that and come back. So there are top assists, highest average rating, we've already gone through that. Form player, so our best player currently over the last 5 games is Danny Clifton, who's got 3 goals in his last 5 games. That puts him on 4 goals and 4 assists in 16 appearances, 11 starts in the league. Where he's got an average rating of 6.96, so that's climbing. His average rating 6.99 in total. He's got 7 goals, 5 assists in total in 28 appearances. Him again, he's probably our best player. I think we'll see that when we come to the squad depth screen, that he is our best player. Finishing 11, composure 10 is incredible for this level. 6'1" as well, so he's relatively tall, 12 stone. Being paid what is, I think pretty good value for his quality of £90 per week. He's fitting this team really quite well. So that's our stats. Next, we go into our formations, which are pretty simple. We've only played the 4-3-1-2 so far. We've created 63 clear-cut chances in 3,029 minutes, which too lazy to do the maths, but doesn't sound too bad. We create a relatively high amount of chances per game. Most vulnerable to facing the 4-4-2, we've conceded 35 clear-cut chances in 1,734 minutes. Well, which sort of seems about right with the formations that we've seen. There's a lot of 4-4-2 flying about, so that's not entirely surprising. We score 26% of our goals in this 31 to 45 minute time period. Our most common assist type is the through ball. 24 of our 58 assists have been through balls. Again, not too surprising, actually, the way we play. And the most common assist area is the left wing, with 32% of our assists coming from out there. But let's just take a look at our strengths and weaknesses and go from there. So our strengths, as we head into January 1st, conceded fewer goals than anybody else. 75% passing rate is the best in the league, so we're passing very well in our team. Which, I know we're in a really low level, so it might not be the most ideal, but it is working for us, and it's really good that we can keep the ball so well. Heading success rate of 64%, also the best, so any long balls we do play, or any long balls that are played to us, we're actually winning a lot of those, which the fact that we're winning 64% of our headers and are the best in the league makes the fact that we concede a lot of goals from crosses a little more concerning. There must be low crosses coming in, so we'll look into that. Defense, as a first-class player in his position, Luke King stands out as a strong option as a right-back. He's pretty much the only quality player we've got in defense. Number of talented youth prospects, Benham, McMahon, and Josh Tarpey. We'll take a look at them maybe. I'm not entirely convinced they're going to be great, but we'll see. Plenty of room in the transfer budget with a whopping £0 left over. Still available to be spent. At least, I suppose, we're not in negative money, I guess. But have one of the best coaching teams in the competition. Effective from through balls, blah, blah, blah. Luke King's average rating of 7.36 is good enough for 5th in all players. Matt Murphy stands out as a strong central midfielder. Danny Clifton stands out as a strong option as a striker. And let's keep working down. 18 of our total 58 assists have come from the left side of the pitch. So it's sort of getting into, the dregs of the strengths here. Cross completion ratio of 12%, 5th in the league, and we've got one of the best scouting teams. Again, I don't know if I even brought those guys in. I think I just set out job adverts and, the best of whoever came when I could afford it. So our weaknesses, there are currently no players capable of playing as a goalkeeper. Now that seems a little harsh on Smith, who's not that bad. That's actually quite cruel for my coaching team to list a weakness as don't have anybody playing as a goalkeeper. He is a goalkeeper. He plays there every game for us. He's not been, he makes a lot of mistakes. Let's just, I'm not going to lie about that. He's got a mistake in him, but he's 17. What 17-year-old doesn't have a mistake in him? If you were a 17-year-old once, and I'd like to assume at some point you were, or will be, you'll know that 17-year-olds make mistakes. That's just the way of the world. That's really unfair. I'm going to have a word with my coaching team because that's just cruel. Could do with more than just Luke King to be able to play as a right back. I think we have a backup right back, but Luke King's been able to play everything so far. Tim Laidler doesn't represent ideal positional strength for a right midfielder. We don't really use them. There's only one formation. We've got our 4-4-2, but we don't really use it. Below average player, Neil Murray never plays. Not a great deal of quality depth outside of the first team. Not really my fault. Couldn't do too much with the fact that we have no money. Yep, the assist thing that we wage of £15 left in the budget. Not much I can do. Squad doesn't work hard enough individually or collectively. Now that is a worry, but we're working well so far. So we've just got to hope that if we don't hit a bad run of form and it doesn't all fall apart. Some work to do in order to improve the levels of teamwork. We'll keep working on that. Leadership. 9 of the 27 assists conceded have come from the left side of the pitch. I'm guessing they mean the opponent's left, so our right. Or does it mean our left? Because if it means our left, that makes sense because our left back is junk, basically. But tackle success rate of 57% is only good enough to be 22nd in the competition. So that's last, which is concerning. Especially when I think we've got tackle hard on. So we should be maybe... I mean, we have got a lot of bookings and red cards as well, so maybe I should take tackle hard off. But again, we'll investigate that. Top goal scorer, Simba Malambo is the leading goal scorer, but his 8 strikes are only good enough to rank him 15th in the competition. He doesn't even play really anymore, so that's why he's only got 8. And then here is our squad depth. And as you can see, we do only have one goalkeeper. We've got Gareth Smith. This is Gareth Smith. I don't think he's terrible as far as goalkeepers go. You know, he's got a good rushing out. He's got decent reflexes. Handling and kicking is okay. Can't really command his area very well. And his positioning could use work. But as far as 17-year-old goalkeepers go in the 8th tier of English football, I think we could do worse. So we're going to stick by him. He's not having a terrible season. 6.94. He's conceded 14 in 19 league games. 32 in 33 in total. So I think we could do much worse with him back there. Then we've got, let's just take a look at our defenders here. So we've got 3 left backs, one of which is out on loan. So we've got Shane Stamp. Now, I brought him in on loan. I don't think he's awful, but he was about all I could get. So I know he's not great. He's got a lot more cons than we really need, but he's got, a relatively he's got a relatively large amount of pros as well. He's quick. He's pretty decent marking, pretty decent tackling. So he'll do a serviceable job out there for us this year at least, until we can bring somebody else in. In the middle, we've got James Sharp, James Roberts, and James Scott. They're pretty much our 3 that we sort of rotate. Roberts, I would have said Roberts is our best, only in that his heading, marking, and tackling are sort of consistently the best. Sharp is also rated pretty well, but Roberts here, he's sort of relatively solid in everything we might need him to do. And he's only young as well. He is only on loan though. Sharp, probably the best one that we own ourselves, but again, his tackling and heading is letting him down. So he's sort of, again, he's just kind of average everywhere. But there's not too much we can do about it. And finally, we've got James Scott, who is, strength 12, head jumping reach 14. So he's pretty decent as a centre back. But the fact that he's got literally 1 for all of his technical skills, apart from tackling, marking, and heading, is somewhat of a worry. He is kind of he started the season quite well, but he hasn't played in the league. Has he played? I thought he had played in the league. Yeah, he has. He's played 14 times in the league with an average rating of 719 as well. I think he's lost his place to Sharp right now. But I may try and rotate him back in. And then on the right hand side, we've got Luke King. He's our right back. We've actually looked at him before. He's our right back. Stamina of 4, marking 9, tackling 11. He is, one of our better players for sure. Right, so that's our sort of, those are our main players at the back. In midfield, we have Murphin, Muscott, Hood. They're our, our main 3. So, we've already looked at Matt Murphin, the 5'3" little magician. We've got Wade Muscott. We've looked at him briefly too. He's decent for this level. Don't know if he'll be able to step up if we do manage a promotion, but we'll see. And then we've got Joe Hood. All 3 of these players I brought in, so I invested quite a large amount of my money into the midfield. I think they were all at least 3.5 star. Oh, current ability 2.5 star, potential ability 5. But you can't really complain in this level when you get a 19-year-old with a potential of 5 star. So that's Joe Hood. Our AMC is McAllister. He's not particularly good, but I ran out of money, so I just kind of had to get what I could. He's got a potential ability of 5, so we're just going to try and keep growing him, basically, and see where we can go from there. And then our strikers, we've got Danny Clifton, the finishing 11, composure 10. We've already looked at him. We've got Roy Lee, we've already had a look at as well. Finishing 7, composure 11, off the ball 8. He suits that poacher role really well. So he's having a good season. We've got Delicious Bacon has come in. He's playing as like a defensive forward / target man. He is 32. Don't know if he'll last parts of the season, but he's there. And we've got Simba Malambo as well, again playing as that defensive forward / target man role as our backup. Sort of ruined by that big injury he had. Not too much we can do about it again. So that's our team. So here are our potential youth players. As you can see, we've got a couple that are rated as a potential of 5 star. Whether they ever actually become good enough to get into our team, I don't know. But we've got Jamie Durrell here. He's already not that bad. I may actually even start rotating him in. I've learned something today. I actually am. I'm going to move him into the senior squad. He's going to start rotating into our midfield. We've also got Jamie Elphick here as a centre-back. Again, could probably just jump straight in. Yeah, he's going in too. Also, with that mane of ginger hair, how can you not just... Oh, he's already in my first team. He must just be available for that. And we've also got Wester Atkinson as well, who is getting worse. He must have been hurt. Has he been hurt? Oops, wrong one. Nope, he's just getting worse. Which is concerning. But again, I may... Oh, he's also... I just don't play him. Yeah, that's probably why he's getting worse then. I just never play any of them. Here's our under-23s. We've got a couple more players in here that, my assistant manager thinks could be quite good, including Josh Tarpey. The problem is I don't really play with an attacking midfielder. He, again, a nice red mane. I don't play with wide men, so he's struggling a bit. We've got Alistair Benham. How can you hate that haircut? A man with hair like that can go into my first team straight away. I have a lot more better youth players in here than I thought I did. We've got a left back here in Carl Bye. He's out for 5 to 12 days, but let's see. Oh, maybe we could squeeze him into the team. I'll leave him there for now. We've got Johnny McMahon in goal as well. Not terrible. I don't think he compares with Gareth Smith. Their circles, so he's better pretty much nowhere. Distribution slightly, aerial slightly, and communication slightly. But not... Oh, and mental, I guess, ever so slightly too. But his shot stopping is significantly worse, and I think that's important at this level. But he may do, we may be able to get him somewhere. And we've also got Jordan Chandler, who does play in our first team, but he never actually gets any game time. We've also got Ricky Bartlett here, who's out on loan. Again, another AMR, but we don't use him, so I shot him out on loan. Here's a little bit on our finances as well. So we've got 2,600 in the bank. Made a profit this month in December of 1,270. A loss on the whole season of £656. So it could be worse. Our projection, we are projected to lose money, but you can't really complain. If we can get a promotion in the next year or two, hopefully that will, put us back in the black and we can continue moving forward. Okay, now we've seen the team, had a look at most of the players. We've seen a lot of our player stats as well, the important ones. Let's take a look at the league table quickly. So if we go competitions, and then we go into the Southern League, First Division Central, we can see that we're currently 5th, 4 games played less than everybody else. Histon, Hanwell, Beaconsfield, Kidlington, and us are at the top, are in the playoff spots. And, we just need to keep that forward. If we can get into the playoffs, I think we have a good chance of making it through. I'm not sure we're going to catch Histon. So we've got, what's that? We've got 12 points. So we could catch them if we win all 4 of our games in hand. And don't let them gain any more points on us. But, you know, it'll be interesting to see. So that's pretty much it for now. See you tomorrow. Hey guys, thanks for watching episode 5. If you did enjoy, please leave a comment, please leave a like. You know, maybe even subscribe if you want. You know, I'm not going to push that, but, you know, just, you know, a cheeky little click of the subscribe button if you enjoyed it, because I'd love to bring this to as many people as possible. You know, we played some good games today, and we're moving into January now in a very strong position to move forward in the league. So I guess we'll just have to keep seeing what happens. I'll see you guys tomorrow.